Cowboys and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and... season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the two-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On play action, it's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Murray's going to keep it again. And right away he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And now off to the races down the right side. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Throwing now is Murray. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. There again is Cooks, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 39, Murray. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 29. On 3rd down, Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. Throw complete right side to Cooks.
And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll get 17 yards there. And the Cowboys are going to get a 1st down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Murray now.
Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
To throw is Murray. Touchdown, Cowboys! Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 13 carries, 59 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Shotgun now for Murray.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Murray now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Henry up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
On 2nd and goal, Murray feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Led the right down in the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Play fake. Murray. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Oh, nice move. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, the Vikings at 1-8 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
2nd and 4. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First down, Murray. They set up the screen for Henry.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Murray. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
A check down here for Henry.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
So that one a disaster, a big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Second down and goal. Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf. A 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Vikings ready to go again on offense.
They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw caught there by Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw again.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now,
oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's in a zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
Touchdown!
DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
49 yards.
And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. On second and very short, Murray. Complete. It's Henry. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. To throw, it's Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a...
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. They came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Murray going to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Quinn, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Taken at the goal line.
And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, and he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Cook again. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Running lanes were to frame him in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender.
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. They'll look to throw again.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Osborne.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll give it to him up the middle. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead will shrink to 6. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray now. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Here's Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first down carry for Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Murray. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he goes out right around the 39. Now Murray. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5 now. Murray able to hit his target, Lamb. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Murray now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Draw play. This is Henry. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Murray. Left side to Lamb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. Cooks on the quick slant. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And now out comes Minnesota.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw here. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Back to throw again. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. After the turnover, here's Murray. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now an option play on second down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Again to Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Murray. And that will be incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're trying to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Micah Parsons, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And they'll begin by running the option.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Running from the gun with Henry. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Cowboys, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.